Hey makers, this is Dhruvin and I welcome you all to PowerApps tutorial for beginners. You are watching the second episode of this series, and in this session we will be talking about PowerApps tooling and licensing and how you can get started with the PowerApps development process. So let's get started. But before that, as always, if you haven't followed me on my Instagram and Twitter so far, please do follow me. So let's get started. The first question arises in our mind that how we can start the PowerApps development. Basically, for development of PowerApps, it provides the PowerApps Studio. PowerApps Studio is a web-based application where you can develop your entire PowerApps with the help of browser. You don't require any other softwares for PowerApps development. Also, in order to get started, and if you are for the first time, let me tell you how you can run the PowerApps. So, once you develop the PowerApps, the basic step is to publish the PowerApps, and after publishing the app, you can open it up into any sort of browsers, or you can open it up into different applications like Windows application, Android application, or iOS application. So the first question arises that if you are new, then how to create the account? What are the steps involved during this development process? So let me tell you those things in detail. In order to start with the PowerApps development process, you need to have Microsoft 365 account. So let's say if you are new and you don't have Microsoft 365 account, I recommend you to create the Microsoft 365 developer account, which will provide you the 90 days trial period, and after 90 days it will be renewed. So how to create Microsoft 365 developer account, I have created a dedicated next video on top of that, so you can visit that and create your Microsoft 365 free account. Then the next step is that once that account created, you need to open the PowerApps and you need to create the environment. So the environment creation steps are also included into the fourth episode. After creating the environment, you need to create the solution inside your PowerApps. What do we mean by solution and how to get started for creating a solution? That is also I explained in the fourth part. So these are the basic steps involved into the development process. Now the question arises in your mind that what type of licenses do we need? Whenever you are creating Microsoft 365 developer account, it will comes up with the Office 365 licensing of E5 licensing. So for any standard connector, it comes up with regular E3 and E5 licenses. You don't need to go with any additional licenses. But if you are using any premium connector, then you need to go with the dedicated plan like per app plan, per user plan. And the pricing are available onto this link, which is powerapps.microsoft.com/enus/pricing. So you can simply visit this website, and over here there are different subscriptions plan available. They are per app plan, per user plan, pay as you go plan, and the detailed information is available over here. And this series is more focused for the beginner, so I am not going to deep dive more into the PowerApps licensing plan. The reason is that licensing is a very deep concept and it requires lots of things to be checked before we purchase anything. So what I recommend you is, like, before you want to purchase for your production application, just contact the Microsoft sales team over here. So on the same page at the below, you are provided with the different option, chat with the sales people, or if you have any request, or if you want to call them, the numbers are already provided over here. But this is the basic idea, like standard connector and premium connector. Depending on that, the licensing comes up into picture. Now the question arises that what are the standard connector and what are the premium connector, how we can identify those. So when we start our development process, I will explain those things into detail. But just keeping in mind that at this moment, to practice with, if you create the Microsoft 365 developer account, then it will provide couple of days of trial in order to taste the various things. So for overall this series, you don't need to purchase this any licensing. You can practice at a free of cost, but obviously when you move the things to the production, you need to go with a dedicated or separate licensing. Alright, so that's the overall idea about the overall PowerApps tooling and what are the prerequisites that you need to do before you get started with the PowerApps development process. So now in my next video, we will be talking about how we can create the Office 365 developer account. So if you already have Microsoft 365 account, you can skip the next video and directly check the fourth episode of this series. So now see you in the next video. So if you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from my channel. And if you are looking for consultation, the websites are available here and you can follow me on all my social media handle.